let's see if we can bring this Compaq Armada M300 back to a decent working spec. Hi guys, Retro Tech Ralph here with a I'm going to try and repair this Compaq Armada. Right, small little story before I start. I used to be a courier, a European courier, and yes, it was way before nice little smart devices, tablets and all sorts of stuff. I used to have one of these as a sat-nav. This was probably pre TomTom sort of era. So these were out in the early 2000s. They were a nice small laptop which had the expansion port on the bottom, so I could use discs and I could use CDs, and this one has a DVD. This isn't my original. As always, nothing is my original. So these were a nice, once you separate it off by pressing the blue button on the side, you got this nice little laptop. And yes, it's got the network section, you've got a dial-up modem, you've got a battery on the back, you've got power button, you've got docking port parts, you've got headphones, microphone, you've got an expansion port on the side. It is quite, when you put the battery down, there is an external device there. That's for printers, monitor. I know you can't see too well when I'm not pushing the thing down. One USB. Granted, USBs weren't as popular then as what they are now. And the base, you had another USB, power's on there as well, so you can use that separate. Yes, they can get them out. Externals on here for the speakers and the microphone, if you wanted to put it onto, like I said, I used to have this in a van driving around Europe, and I would plug this into the speakers on the stereo. Expansion, monitor, keyboard, mouse. So you could use this as a full desktop. That's how good it was. And the size of it is, for then sort of things, it was quite good. It slides in and clicks firmly into place. You open the laptop. It's a small laptop, yes, but it was absolutely perfect for hiding away inside the van, so I didn't have to do anything. Now this, I have two. One's up on, I think it's, yeah, I'm getting rid of it because it works. It's just locked to a user, which just means I have to reinstall the Windows system, Windows 2000 or 98 or whatever. I could use it as a retro system. It's a very metal. All the case on the laptop side itself is metal, apart from this part and this part, but you could take everything out. I could respray it, but I'm not bothered about doing that. It's not essential that I have to get rid of all these little chips. I could get a marker pen and just, yeah, I could make it, tart it up a little bit, should we say. But this does work perfectly. It's got the DVD on there. It's the better spec because the other one has a CD, but I've just combined the better parts for this one, which was perfectly well for the spec. However, one thing that doesn't work is the battery. And you can't be surprised because this was out, this has got a Windows 98. I don't know why I'm covering that over, to be honest. Nobody's got a key for Windows 98. This was made in, yeah, too long ago. Why can I not see a date on this at all? So basically this is too old for its own good, to be honest. I think there's a couple of megs worth of memory on here, which is nothing. This is fine. This is all plastic. Could do some boot polish on to get rid of a couple of little scratches, but other than that, it works absolutely perfect. The only one problem with it, like I say, is either the battery, or I've got one piece missing off of here holding onto this multi-plug. But if it's always fully plugged into here, I shouldn't need that anyway, because that just opens out to not do whatever. So that is the Compaq Armada M300, as it says right there. There was the, I think it was the 500 or maybe the 700. I'd prefer this because it was tiny. Look, it's tiny little laptop, but would do absolutely everything with a full-size keyboard, no numpad, obviously, but would do everything I want it to. Trust me, it works. Trust me, the battery doesn't. Now I'm going to try and see if I can do something. Now, for full disclosure, I have already dismantled this battery. You take it out like that, you'd pull these two inward, one inwards, one was inwards, and then you're left with if you want a laptop, look how small that is. I've seen tablets bigger than this. That's what's ridiculous about it. So that's now a big, you could put the dock, what I always wanted to do was put the dock on the top of my dashboard on the van and then hide the laptop. Nobody would ever know this was actually anything hiding something else, but then I put the laptop on. Done. So for the time being, this is going away. My idea is as follows. The old battery. This, you can't buy these now. This is what's ridiculous. You can't go off the shelf and go, oh, I'll go get one of these, done, it's a battery, off you go. You need to, I didn't need to remove this label here. I've already been at this already. Hence, I've got a label there, I've got a label there, and a piece of plastic inside there, which is unavoidable. It's two pieces that are properly wedged together. So, there's the join line, it's behind where the feet go, there's a piece of plastic there which I hope is that bigger one there which will glue back on place there. These two pieces come apart, the top bit comes off, so leave this bit with the testing button. Now if I do press the testing button, if it's plugged in, these lights which show you the power, you can look at it on the laptop, but you can just press this on its own, it will show you the power level of the batteries. They're on nothing, but if it's plugged in, all 5 of them are extremely faint. So what I want to do is take that out, which can come out, no problem, and we are left with 4 cells. You can buy 4 cells. On one point, good luck finding them, because I think there is quite a definite parts shortage of lots of things. So that part will come off there and there, so another section will come off. Yours won't come out as easy as mine because I've already stripped that down. There's bits of black silicon in there as well, but that's the gubbins of how the whole thing comes out. It comes out as 4 batteries soldered together and with a nice little circuit board, and these 2 parts here. On this, a lot of laptops are exactly the same. Trust me, there's just batteries which look like a little bit bigger than AA's, but they are welded, soldered, whatever in place. Now to change these, fine, I could probably get 4 of these, get them from China. I've got no guarantee they're going to work, but to be honest, most things come from China anyway, so there's no point, you know, whinging about that anyway. But I actually went on eBay, bought a replacement battery, and I've forgotten what actually this one is for. It says replace LA04 Pavilion, so I think that's, oh, is that not the Dell Pavilion? It's a something Pavilion, but it connects in via these here anyway. So probably each battery, because there are probably 8 connectors there, maybe 7, I don't know, my eyes are terrible, but they will all connect into the board. I'm hoping that inside here, this bit will have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to keep the board for this, and I'm going to desolder each one of these wires behind the masking tape. I know, it's a bit dodgy. Because those 2 go together, those 2 go together, because this is obviously plus minus, unless I'm completely wrong. I have been before. It looks like that's the minus end, the plus looks like it's got the ring on anyway. So, I'm going to try and take these off of here, but at first I want to dismantle this. And I've got no shame in destroying this. This is second hand. Well, no, it's not second. It's a replacement, but it's not an actual. I need to worry about it for yeah, history's sake, shall we say? So, aha, hello. So it looks pretty easy enough to come out. I don't care if anything breaks, apart from the batteries. See, that's one of those broken already. I just need to get this open without damaging the batteries or me, shall we say. Right, that's connected into there. Yeah, come on, there you go. Right, so that's the back off of there anyway. 4 batteries inside. So for buying this as it is, I was right in how it is. And I think I might be even more lucky than that, because you see they're that way or that way. Each one of these cables, one to there, which is this one here. The blue one is that yellow one. The white one is that yellow one. The red one is that red one. The yellow is this white one, and the black one is this black one. So all I really need to do is they are as well. I'll get you in on this one a little bit. The purple batteries, each one of these soldered in place. Soldered in place. And that's on and on. Solder. So all I've got to do then with these, this is the first battery here. Solder point, red one goes in, and the white one goes off to. Ignoring the wires, I'm going to desolder fully, and then bringing this one in, that way around. That red wire will stay, will stay on the board, but I'm going to take it off underneath the masking tape. So let's just remove the masking tape a little bit. And my dodgy hands. Come on, I can't get this out now without using a scalpel, and this is where the blood starts to flow. Look, there it is. You've got a cable there. So what I'm going to do is desolder this cable from here, take this cable off of here, and the rest of them on here. Same with this. So I'm going to be left with a distribution board, which is really old-fashioned, which is that long, and on this one, it's that long. So yeah, technology goes on a little bit. I'm going to have this with just battery, terminal, 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 and terminal, and this one being terminal with no, actually going to be the board with wire. So I'm going to swap them over. That seems easy enough to do, don't you think? So this, hopefully, should be as easy as... I'll just flick that up my sleeve. Okay, yep, that's fine. I'm going to, yeah, strip down to pre-soldering, and we'll get on with just... If it doesn't work and there's something wrong on this board, then, yeah, it's at least a clue on how to replace your batteries on certain things. If not, buy a new laptop. Oops. Okay, I'm a little bit forward than I was before. Okay, this one's kind of come off the board, which is great. I've desoldered it. It hasn't fell off, but there we go. Bits of plastic everywhere from things. So I'll show you this one desoldering, seeing as I missed out on the green one. So all it is just basically turning your soldering iron, make sure it's right to temperature. I've got my nice new soldering iron here. Get rid of the scalpel for a minute, because that is bad. Keep it out of the way. So all I need to do is just... The thing is that the cables on this one are very thick. So is it worth actually... No, I'm going to keep it as is. Oh, I've forgotten to actually desolder take off the sellotape of this one, but that's fine, that comes off. Second one here, that's bent up. So a little bit of dab on there and pull the cable off, keeping the solder on. So I'll need that later. Definitely need the solder later. So this should be compatible with a lot of different types of batteries. Not batteries. Yeah, batteries on laptops. Should be very, very easily swap and changeable between loads of them. So I don't need to take the sellotape off. It would be easier if I actually left it on, Ralph. Just some bits are in the way for soldering, like at the front and the back, which would be easier if I took them off to start with. Okay, so there's that bit there, which was obviously production. I put the arrows going that way, so that's plus, that's negative. There's a little line along here, if you can see, and on here, which is similar to where the purple one is. There's a line here. This is the positive side, that's the negative side. So it is very similar. The batteries, if I can get rid of that, are exactly the same. Exactly the same, just a different colour. Yes, they have different numbers on there. No, they shouldn't have an issue. So what I need to do on this one is remember exactly how that went into there, which should be, yes. So I'm gonna resolder, and I've already found a problem because I need to match this exactly. That there is fine, that there isn't, so it needs pulling over the other side. That's easy enough to do, just whether or not I can put solder on that side there, solder that onto, and whether or not that should just reach, I think. That one won't. So already I'm thinking maybe I should put these cables back on the battery and get this soldered onto here, because they're longer cables. And they should, all being well, come off of this board here. I mean, possibly not. I'll work on that one as I'm going, I think. Because obviously, different manufacturer, obviously, it's not going to be exactly the same, so there's going to be compatibility. So we will do this anyway. And yeah, I'm going to do this with the board on the purple, so I can get rid of the green ones now anyway. These are dead cells, they've not expanded, they've not done anything bad, so I'm happy with these to be disposed of, yeah, properly. If you can recycle them, fine. If you have billions of them, fine. If not, find somewhere to recycle them and just plop them in. Plenty of shops do stuff like that for recycling batteries. If not, just find somewhere decent to dispose of them and not just throw them in the bin. Okay, so I'm going to resolder this into place with the purple ones. Yeah, hopefully they'll go in. If not, I'll put new wires on these and wire them up a different way. Well, same way, I'm not saying different way. Like I said, this should be compatible with every single, well, virtually every single laptop. There are some which I was looking at the actual laptop battery for originally, and you can tell, if you look for battery cells, laptop battery cells, there's Amazon, I think, sell them, eBay got tons, but they have these and they have thinner ones. It's like having AA's and AAA batteries. These are the equivalent to AA's. I know they're bigger, but they're equivalent to like AA sort of size-ish. There are thinner ones, which some battery packs will have the more rectangular sized ones, and it will be a case of you've got 3 thinner ones, 3 and 3, so you'll have 9 batteries inside it instead of 4, or you'll have 3 and 3, you'll have 6. So it is different voltages for different things. Your regulator, which is already on here or that, should cope with what you should throw at it anyway. Like I said, the only problem with this may be is if something on here has blown. That's why those green batteries don't work, and this is a complete waste of time. Let's just not put it on that at the moment. It is going to work. I'm sure it's going to work. It has to work. Doesn't it work? Yes, it's going to work, yes. Soldering done. No extra cable needed, so I got quite lucky with that, to be honest. There is a little bit of bridge between the cable and the actual connector on that one, same as here. However, the solder's well up for the job of holding this in place. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of tape over each one of these. I don't need it for rigidity, but I'm going to put tape on just to make sure that the board underneath here, which has a plastic strip on anyway, which could have one of these being a fuse that has blown, which could be the reason why the green ones here don't work. Ooh, wibbly. Is that on the Rubik snakes? I have got a Rubik snake. Ooh. But it could be the reason why this doesn't work. I can't see a fuse. The jumpers which go to there, jumpers go to there. So if it is the fuse that's gone, or one of these cues, yeah, this could be a complete waste of time. But still, it's a good guide too. You can use this for your own. I want to try this now, but I don't. So I'm going to get some tape over. All I need is a sellotape. There's no sharp edges on top of the solders. It will just hold things in place a little bit. So, 1 second. Taping complete, and there we go. It's actually a lot more rigid now than what it was. So solder in. It doesn't, like I say, it doesn't need much. I'm just for my own peace of mind, just cover over a little bit. This is what these batteries came with. The original ones, no, we're not bothered about that, but we'll put, it is masking tape. But actually, just to be honest, we're doing some decorating myself. It is actually good masking tape. Okay, that's fine, they're gone. So, we will now put this in the plastic case it came with. Now, is that the top of the bottom? I think, because the button, actually, well, let's try the button, because the LEDs are there. The button's there. If this has been charged up, these might light up. If not, it'll set on fire and kill me. Okay. So that's not doing a thing, because that literally there is a button, and the lights here should have lit up. Anything? Nothing. Definitely nothing. I can't even see anything. Right, so let's put this back in, because that will go that way around because the button's there. This, I hope, will fit. Let's try that way around. So, with the batteries being the same size, and that goes in the first slot. With this being the Compaq one, this goes in the first slot there. Okay, and that goes in. I know you can't see. Let's have a look. hands, pretty hands, crappy arms, do apologise. I have, yes, whatever. If you can make this far into the video, then you know I've got, slight problem with my arms. But hello, hey ho, and whoop-de-doo. So, let's get this on there. And it actually, without being too close, Ralph, does fit. Now I will super glue this in place because that doesn't seem to fit perfectly as it was, because I'm a buffoon and don't tuck things in. Yes, these will be glued in and held in place, and this will be permanent. But at the minute, it's just not exactly where it should be. There we go, that's better. It will be super glued, held, and done. So this is probably just pushing the circuit board. That's better. Back in place a lot more. There's some bit marks on there which will be squashed down when it comes round. Actually, it's not even in there. There's a little lip there that goes in. There we go. That is better. A bit there that I've actually quite damaged anyway. So now I need to do is get the Compaq back out, stick this on there, and see if it doesn't blow up the Compaq. There we go. It's in. I'll give you a clue on that. It's there. Actually, what the whole thing was, you can actually put the battery down like that, and it would be a little bit of a stand. I know the angle that I'm showing you doesn't really help much, but it does raise a little bit, so you got, instead of being flat, there's a little bit of an angle to this. So this is plugged in, that's not switched on, which it is now. The power button on the bottom corner here should light up. Hello? Hello? Ha 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 ha! You can't see that. It's orange. So at least the power, it's showing battery. If the power light's not on, however, I'll press the blue light and see if the power light comes on. There it goes. So that's now starting to boot up, and I'll get you in a better angle, to be honest. There we go. Now. There we go. So this should boot up. The also beauty thing about this one, this is pre-tablet, is this would go flat. So you've got, you could just mount this against the wall, but I don't want to do that. So let's show you there. That's the hard drive's booting up. It's showing Windows XP. I know it shows 2000. Is it 2000 on the back? I don't know. A little drink on a work day. There's the mouse. Let's turn that off so you can... Oh no! Time and date is not working. There is actually a battery backup on this as well. Wow, that's too loud. Far too loud. Now, it is showing... Can I get to zoom in on that one to show you the test taskbar? It is showing a battery... Well, plugged in, but before this was always showing 0, and I could unplug the actual power supply and it would just go bing off. And you can see there's a mouse, there's a taskbar, there is literally nothing on here. It's showing it's 2301. Right, I'm going to give you a little laugh here. Before, when I did change the battery on this, but wrong battery. But I don't think the battery works, I might have to replace again. But it was showing, it's showing 1980. So I'm guessing that the battery backup on this doesn't really work. Yeah, I can adjust time and date. This hasn't got the internet, wireless internet at least anyway, but there is a plug-in, one of these two anyway, for a plug like that. I'll go in. Other side. I wonder if it'll do stuff, because I know the server's shut off, but Windows is available. Aha, check local area connection. Now this is where I put my hand in the way, just in case there's anything on there. Speed 100 megabits per second. Now that makes me laugh because I've got a 1 gigabit connection, but the length of the cable between the proper router to here is about 15 meters, maybe more. So there is drop off, I know, but I've got around about 400 megabits per second in here, but that's the amount it drops off from. I think it's actually half a gigabit connection. I don't think I've got a full gigabit connection. So to lose 100, maybe a little bit more to here, ain't bad at all. So what we are here for is this little icon here, and it's showing it's connected. Yes, there's the mouse. This has been a while. Yeah, go away, you. I want power on there. Oh, oh, oh. Yep. Come on, you little bugger. Right. Oh no, it's gone. Come back. Come back. 8%. It's charging. This is actually working. Now, I'm going to try something really stupid. Not like the first time I ever tried anything like that. I'm going to unplug this. Low battery. Yes, should plug it in. Yes, low battery, and it's into hibernation mode. Okay, so it either works or doesn't, but it's in hibernating. I'm going to plug it back in. So I need more battery than that. I think it might be set to go to hibernate when it goes, I don't know what I'm doing, and then just turn itself off. By the way, the power supply on this one is an aftermarket Compaq. No, I lie, it's an HP Invent one. So it's actually the original power supply, which is 65 watt. Works perfectly fine. So that's now gone into hibernation mode. Let's turn it back on. Comes up with those 3 lights. Plays back the front over here. This will boot up, no problem. So while this is coming out of hibernation mode, I'm going to leave it for a little while to see whether or not the power does work fine and them cells are working as they should be. And then we'll also check the battery tester, which is on the battery pack itself. So give me a few, well, I'll give you, yeah, I'll back in a second while you just, yeah, edit. Jump cut. Now, it's been a bit of a while since, yeah, the jump cut, but, ready, screen goes a little bit dim. I move the mouse to this bottom corner here. 38% remaining. You can see that, well done, but I'm still on the network. I can't actually get on many web pages. I'm sure Windows 98 doesn't actually work properly. But yeah, there's a little thing I installed on here, which is, yeah, that's me. It is the thumbnail, but expanded to this resolution, which isn't much, but still, yeah, it's not plugged in. It's not plugged in. So now I can actually use this as a laptop. Hang on, run over there. Can we show the open power meter? 38% still. Okay, that's still holding. Total time remaining 21 minutes. There you go. I've actually fixed something. Retrotech Ralph fixes something. And in next week's episode, I'll be taking apart a cub monitor again. I would love one of them in the garage again. I really do regret not having that in here because it was an easy fix, except it was a dangerous fix. So yeah, I'll get one in eventually. But this is good. It works. Hopefully it works forever. But I can now, with this being working and I haven't got to do a full PC, this is not a bad system, shall we say. It's not brilliant, I understand, it's not but for a small system, for maybe just putting some sort of retro game on there, yeah, I'm happy as anything with that. Maybe you would do better with a wireless card on here, but it is exactly what it is. I'm still saying 38%. Oh, I am, yeah, for a fix, it's a, to be honest, it's an easy fix, and it is what, once you get the right size battery, the them ones that I put in here, or the bigger ones, or the smaller ones, or there's also different types, but make sure you get the right ones. I'm really happy. That cost me, I think, £12 for that battery pack. Would have fitted perfectly into a HP, whatever machine it was meant to go into, but I'm waiting for that to go down 1%, but it's not going down yet. Come on, you know you want to. Compaq, manufacturer Compaq. So it's actually reading the original battery. Well, yeah, it's original board. The lithium ion, liquid ion. Good God, yeah. So it's actually reading it as that because it's reading the old full board. So as long as you replace the cells with similar, if not exact same ones, then you're fine. So 38%. Come on, you'll go down a little bit. Maybe these are better than before. I don't know. But still, I've got a Windows 98 system working absolutely perfect. And I need need to shut down. I don't even know what user this is on here. I'm sure, hang on, turn off. It's definitely not me. I've put my picture on there anyway. But my speaker's shockingly bad. It's too high for everything. I know I won't be able to do stuff on this. I know that I originally would use this as a media player before proper decent media players were around. See, it's gone. It's shut down already. That's how good it is. What I want to do is check this. The battery just needs gluing in place, which I'll do off camera. But I want to try this. Before I stick this sticker back on here, that button pressed in, and then these lights should light up. So let's have a look if that section is actually working, and then get it to there. So, oh, it works! Yes! Oh, it's not a fluke! And it's not, definitely not a fluke. So, it is a repair for any laptop, whether it's a retro one or a normal one. Yes, it's probably just easier replacing with like for like. If you can't get like for like, then it's worth looking into what cells are in here and what are compatible, so you can just replace this yourself. So I am left now with a laptop which is only missing that flap, and I'm not bothered about that anyway. It doesn't matter because it will be on the dock all the time, and it's working fine. It works absolutely perfect. Yes, don't think it is a Windows 98. You can have that key if you want. I'm gonna keep it there for nostalgia's sake anyway. Doesn't really matter so much, but this is working fine. Memory on this, I don't think there's a special on there, a few meg if that. It's not like it's got 20 million gig or anything like that, but working. Got back to it still works. Working absolutely fine for what I need it for. Done, sorted. I can do something with cases. Actually, the thing that works, that actually breaks more on these, is these little holes on here. The metal work which goes, there's a tab, there's a little curved piece of metal on the dock itself, goes into these two holes, and it kind of breaks off this metal part here if you're too clumsy. So yeah, that's working fine. Battery backup goes into there, which I've already replaced anyway. Done, sorted, happy. So that is now, bit of fluff, a battery replacement on a retro laptop. Done. Working absolutely perfect. Brilliant. Thank you for watching. If you made this far, thank you for watching. There's more tech stuff coming soon. I need to get into doing more tech than Trek, because that's where I love to do. Yeah, it's nice showing you, here's a model, here's this, what's wrong. But the tech stuff to repair stuff and the actual feeling of you've done that, it was never an intention of the channel to think that, yes, it's going to work. I've got some muck marks on my board. Maybe I need one-click print to make me a new one. Yeah, it was never the intention of any of my videos to actually go, this is how to do things. These are videos which, if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, then here's probably what not to do. So yeah, done, sorted, happy. The Compaq is now 95% working, maybe 92, probably not 91, I don't know. It still works. Yeah, it's working fine as a laptop, or a yeah, I always call them a laptop anyway. I know it's wrong, but yeah. Like, share and subscribe, please. Follow me on social media. Please consider being a Patreon, and you can help me out with the costs of the channel and other gubbins. Yeah, and I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.